Um, the Paquito was one ban, but okay, Alice, that's a good. Yeah, she's a very good side laner.
Yeah, I think it's a solid ban for sure.
Yeah, that's a good ban.
But what is EXN going to respond with? I think they might go. I mean, I was actually surprised because we've seen more.
Kaja.
Yeah, we haven't seen Alice banned a lot. Kaja pretty solid though.
Kaja is so far. I think Kaja has been banned in almost every match so far.
Definitely. I
have to look at the first day, but I know he was banned a lot. I think he has like an 80% ban rate, and a Phoveus as well.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Phoveus or Kaja yet in a single matchup at all.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be common. And there's the Lunox ban. Yeah. So Lunox, I mean, everybody saw it with the North American tournament that happened for the M3 qualifier. Lunox was being banned all the time. And even you look at MPL, Lunox gets banned a lot as well. Lunox and Kaja and Phoveus are banner pick heroes. Same thing with Matilda. They're banner pick. If they're not banned, and they're available in the first pick, you're going to want to pick them. And you're going to try to build around that as well.
Yeah, I definitely think we haven't seen much Matilda. We are seeing the Hayabusa ban, and we haven't really seen him banned a lot in the first three, but we are seeing him this time. We do know Riles is a monster Hayabusa, and though they did lose to the Valley on day one, they still put up a huge fight. You know, it was the very first game of the whole season, and they went. I mean, they won one of their games. Riles is a monster with the Haya. He's great at getting out. He's great at getting in. But we also know he's got some other picks. Tempest coming in with this Esmeralda pick. She has been a popular first pick of this season so far.
And she's a very good hero. I mean, she's really good at poking. She's really good at cutting. And she's good at escaping. So she's all around here, and then her late game, she's almost unstoppable. You know, a very good Esmeralda here would just be it's not. They're really hard to be, and then it's gonna be hard to counter it. Well, actually, you have Lilia. Lilia can actually counter it.
Yeah, I think Lilia's a great counter.
Necklace. Yeah, once you get Necklace, and then you're just constantly just hitting her with damage, and then she bursts you down. But guess what? You pop your ult, you're back at full health, and then you have 5 more balls to constantly do more damage. So Lilia's a really good pick here.
Yeah, I think EXN definitely with some nice counter picks into that Esmeralda. I'm wondering about this Kufra pick. You know, I don't like it. I'm not crazy about it, honestly. You know, no Buddy-chan is going to be able to get out. That YSS is going to be able to get out with the second skill. We're also Lilia with her ult going to be able to get out. It might have been kind of a comfort pick. You know, of course, EXN isn't going to be able to pick a whole team that can get out of Kufra. You know, so Kufra may still be able to deal with the off lanes. And AE, though, the Paquito pick, the Paquito is open. Though we didn't see Paquito do amazing in the last game that we saw him in, he's still an amazing pick. He's still someone hard to deal with. Great rotation. Oh, Natan.
Natan. Now, interesting. I honestly don't know who they're gonna ban here. So they don't have a tank.
Well, they definitely are probably going to ban. I'm thinking they're going to start banning some mages out of the way. Probably, they want to start taking some supports or some jungles. They have to choose one of them. And it looks like they're aiming for Riles. We've taken out the Haya. We've taken out the Ling. Will AE respond with some side laners?
Maybe. Maybe do a Jawhead ban here, maybe.
Oh, there it is. Good call.
That's a good ban, actually. That's a very good counter for their hard CC. They've banned Farza. Okay.
We decided to split it.
The jungle and the mage. Yeah, those are good bans. Now this last ban, Riley's trying to. I bet you he's looking. All right, I'm jungle, right? They already have their jungle. They already have their mage. They already have their side lane. They don't have a tank, and they don't have another side lane. So I would ban tank here. What tank do you not want to go up against?
I mean,
you know, that's if I'm Riley, that's what I'm thinking.
I think Akai's not a bad ban here against that Esmeralda and that Paquito. No, or do they go for an offlaner like YZ, Yuzong?
I wouldn't ban Yuzong. They have a good comp to counter Yuzong if they want to, but I think Exborg. Actually, that's not bad. Exborg is a counter to Esmeralda with the true damage that he can put out. So that's actually not a bad ban at all.
Yeah, definitely not a bad ban. Who does EXN pick now? The hero pool has diminished. They still need a nice fighter offlane. But even more, I kind of want to talk, where do you think they're going to put that Natan right now? In the gold lane?
Yeah, they would have to put it in a gold lane. And Lilia could play gold lane, but obviously they got the Natan, so Lilia's going to play mid range. So they're going to do gold lane. Uranus wouldn't be... It just blows my mind. Usually, like, usually when I see people pick Uranus, I'm thinking, and there's an Esmeralda in another team. I'm like, all right, that's GG, right? Because usually, like, Esmeralda will feed off the Uranus shield.
Yeah.
But the Ruby is actually a really good pick here because they're thinking about the CC right now.
Yeah.
They have good CC with Kagura and Paquito and the Esmeralda ult and the Kufra. So honestly, I'm thinking for extraction, the Diggy tank here.
Diggy tank, is that the call? Diggy tank. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible against that Kufra. Instead, I think. I mean, Chow has been a nice tank. I'm telling you that Akai. Screw what we're saying. They're going high-los. They don't care what we want to say. You know, looking at these bands, though, Riles,
it's not like the tank main or nothing. It's fine, extraction. Don't take my advice.
I really like that Lancelot pick, though. He's going to be able to weave through, get into that back lane. As long as he can not get caught by that Hylos or by that Ruby, you know, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to Nobody-chan and Washed You. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage to that Natan, to that YSS. And then they have that, they do have that Kufra to try to lock up that Ruby and that Hylos. I think Ruby was a good pick against Paquito and against Esmeralda. You know, anytime they come in, as long as she's there, she can second skill hold them up, or she can pull them out of a fight, you know, pull them away and give room for Riles to get in.
Wow, I did not know he was number one United States YSS. So this is that makes it interesting. Because Nobody-chan is number one US YSS.
I definitely think it's going to be interesting here. We're looking at some of the layout of the LAN. We made the right call on that Natan going into the gold lane. Do you think we're going to see any early invades here?
Yeah, so Lilia does really good early damage. Very good. And the thing I didn't like the Kufra pick, you know, I have 800 matches with Kufra. And I can tell you right now, the number one person that I hate is Lilia. Hands down. You cannot do nothing with Lilia. You pop in CC, she's going to ult. She can harass you. She can burn you down. She can just keep hitting you nonstop. But he was able to secure that blue, which is amazing. Yeah. Which I thought he wasn't going to get it at first, but he was able to secure it and get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's got that red tree, there's not much he can do. But I do still like that early aggression. You know, I like them going into their jungle, seeing where they're at, keeping vision. I think that's a major key point for a tank to do. You know, a lot of times tanks sticks with their teams, which when you're behind, it is important. But early game, get as much vision as possible. Do everything you can so you know where the enemy jungle is at.
Yeah, and it looks like both teams are kind of playing this out. Nobody invaded. I did it as a little soft invade just to try to take the blue, and then they backed off. So they're not playing as aggressive as we saw the first game with MLP. But they're still poking. Like, he's charging up, and he came in. And he's just poking us like, say, hey, I'm here. Just to see if you're there. Just to let his team know that he's at blue.
Yeah, AE trying to respond with some of his own invade. We are seeing a little bit of damage here. A-Riles missing that first skill, not able to do enough, but in comes Hylos, able to secure first blood onto Newick. Down goes Kufra. Tempest having to run away from this better than anyone, trying to dash in, not able to get the CC he wanted onto Paquito, but Paquito not wanting to go back to base, staying around, because better than anyone is looking low on health. Can Riles come in for the gank? They just missed. He does some nice damage onto them, pops his ultimate. This looks bad for better than anyone. And what was that, burn damage? I don't even know. That was a minion that finished off. A minion in the enemy tower. Newick responding, getting a nice gank on the top lane. Or no, down by the turtle. Fukazan going down. Hylos being taken out. It's hard to keep up. A nice first skill from Newick coming in on to that Lilia. We're looking at a 2-1 trade for the side of AE.
Was that a Winion?
That was a Winion. They're responding quickly. Now we are in the bottom lane, getting a gank onto Tempest. I'm mad I missed it. Both teams rotating heavily right now.
Yeah, both teams are doing really good. I mean, the setup at the turtle was great. Both teams was there. Both teams were there for the clash. I didn't even see who got the turtle. Was it Lance or was it YSS?
I'm pretty sure
it's YSS.
Lance.
Yeah, YSS has a turtle shield on. So it was YSS that ended up actually getting it. But it was still a good clash.
I'm missing some clashes up here. I apologize, guys. We're trying to keep up with them. EXN trying to put some pressure on them. They did lose their Natan, but they are trying to respond by taking out Newick. Down goes Kufra, but this looks bad for Hylos. He's taking damage. Esmeralda able to secure the kill onto them. Now, we haven't even traded in the top. It looks like AE, it has a slight gold lead. We're looking at about 1,000 here. And in the bottom lane, they're able to secure another kill onto Tempest. They are going back and forth right now.
Yeah, so Tempest was out of position completely. And going up against a Ruby and a YSS, that's definitely wasn't a good thing. Oh, God. I missed that. I didn't even know where he picked him up. Oh, that was on top. He picked him off
in the top lane. AE Riles doing a nice tower dive with AE Hilo. I mean, every time one team gets something, the other team responds with another. Yes. I cannot even say who's in the lead right now. Yes, there's a 400k gold lead, but it's nothing major.
So Esmeralda was going against 2 right now, but she was able to get away here. And then there was a couple of clash on the bottom. It's really hard, because they're literally clashing all the way on the top of the map and the bottom of the map at the same time. And they're doing those trades, as exactly you said. They lose one, well, guess what? We're going to take one of your guys. You're going to gank the top, guess what? We're ganking your bottom.
Here comes this turtle fight, though. EXN definitely has a better foothold on it.
He might be able to steal it. No, he can't steal it.
YSS, EXN taking the turtle. It gives them a little bit of gold, able to catch up from what they were behind. It's still a close game. No towers taken, but as we're speaking, Tempest starting to do some damage on this bottom gold tower. What do you think about the game right now, Ibor?
I think this is a pretty good game. I think, really, the Kufra's going to have the most trouble because they had that continuous burn of magic between Lilia and the Hylos. And then they have the late game as the Natan. So it's going to be really hard for the tanks here, because they do have a lot of really good burst damage heroes.
For sure. And just as we're talking, you know, AE Riles finally starting to play a bit more aggressive.
Wow.
A beautiful first skill from that. But, oh my God, no, Beidichan able to just get out of it. That's what we were talking about. Able to get out of that Kufra ult and do some nice damage. Secure the kill onto AE Riles. Down goes Lancelot. This YSS is starting to show off a little and do some damage. Yeah, I know. They engage. They dive into the tower and take that chance. And it ended up turning on them. EXN capitalizing on that. Better than anyone. This Ruby coming in, getting the kill onto Paquito.
He didn't get the kill. They gave it to YSS.
Oh my God, what a he did.
So now the YSS, yeah, they gave it to YSS.
He's looking like 5-0-1, and now they have secured the first tower of the game. It looked like AE was in the lead at first, but Team EXN coming in and taking charge.
This is, oh my God, this is, so right now, looking at it, it looks like the Execration is now kind of taking the lead a little bit, but they're not that far off. They're only, what, 500 gold ahead, roughly 600 gold ahead. That's really not that much. This game is far from over, and it can go either way. So they're pressuring the top lane now, while they're pressuring the middle lane. So they're not fighting clash. They're not doing whole team fights. They're kind of doing a 1-for-1 trade of stuff.
For
sure. They just lost the top lane, and then now if you can see, they're pushing they're contesting for turtle. So you're at top lane, we're gonna try to get objective. You know, they're really trading the 1-for-1 here.
Yeah, and I mean, the trades are coming off all over on the map. I can't even go back and forth to catch them all. But we are, you know, I wanted to make sure we caught that turtle. AE Riles is definitely responding. You know, AE in all, even though it looks like they are losing material and towers, they are still keeping up in gold. I mean, the goal is dead even right now. 21.2, 21.3. And though we have seen them overall kind of lose there for a minute of the game, they're still in this. I think it's still, I mean, it's going to come down to probably who captures this first Lord.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, they have another turtle coming up too before it turns into a Lord. I believe, if my math is correct. It might not be.
We'll see.
I think they have 1 second.
Yeah, they have like 20 seconds before he turns into a Lord.
Yeah.
Templars looking cornered right here in the tower. In comes that Natan to finish it off. YSS still, I mean,
such a good
oh my
hero
god. Hylos taking a lot of damage from that tower, though. This looks rough. We're getting some more engage, though. A responding in the mid lane, trying to take out this Natalia, and Esmeralda taking that top tower as the EXN takes the tier 2 bottom tower. Hylo coming in with a nice flip over the wall and securing a kill onto that Lilia.
Yeah, this is actually interesting because so even though they're focusing mid lane, but they have not touched anything of that tower.
Yeah, they haven't been able to
Extraction
do the damage they need
has
to.
2 towers on the bottom and 1 on top, and AE only took 1 tower on top, 1 top and bottom.
Still, this looks rough for Hylos. He's caught up by that cog roll, and then YSS comes in and finishes it, takes the kill. They're going to have to go back to base, though, give a little bit of space to EXN to breathe. I mean, both teams just clashing.
What a CC by the Kufra. Hylos was out of position, popped his ult so he could get out of there. Kufra CC'd him and said, nope, you're not going nowhere, and then they burned him down. That was a great play by Kufra to get the tank out the way. So they're playing the slow game. They're getting the picks to pick. They're not being over aggressive, not being overconfident. That's like I was saying about with the Pro Pandas in their first match, is that they were a little overconfident. They were overstaying the fights. These guys, they're getting their picks, and then you see that they leave. See, look, they just got a pick. Now watch, look. I'm gonna look a little bit, peek, and then I'm leaving. They're leaving.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of their position. You know, if you can get something, get it. We're not going to overextend. We're just going to get our kill and get the hell out of there. We're looking at a Lord here, though. I mean, it looks like...
I think they're just baiting it.
Just baiting it? Who's going to...
Yeah, they don't want a Lord here. They're going to wait. They know that they're stacked around it, so they're probably going to wait to the 12 minute, but they're going to bait around it to try to get the other team to come at them so that they can find those people out of position and dominate on it, like that they have been doing all match. Both teams have. I'm not going to say one team is doing it better than the other. Both teams have. Like, look at Esmeralda, 2v1 up top.
Yeah, but I mean, is she going to get caught by this Ruby? This is what I was talking about. Ruby does have the ability to hold her long enough, and she's taken out by the burst damage of that YSS. We are looking at some things happening down in this Lord. How did we miss it? Oh my god, Natan secures a kill while Lilia is able to secure the Lord. Down goes AE, EXN, complete team wipe. You know, we got caught up in that top lane while so much is happening, and this is, I mean, both teams just splitting up the fights all over the map. Now EXN starting to take advantage of this push, securing lots of towers, and Lord hasn't even come yet. What can AE do to respond, Ebor?
I don't know. This is going to be tough. Natan's already getting more and more items. He just picked up Lips and Roar, and that's easily knocked down to Esmeralda. So they have the pen going on. They have the damage. The Lilia has the slow and the magic damage as well. She has the Genius Wand. So now they have the magic resistance going on.
Hot, another big pick from that Ruby. Beautiful pick onto A. Riles. He gets taken out quickly. The burst damage from EXN is just insane right now. Templars, though, getting a nice pick onto YSS. This is definitely going to hamper the push of EXN with this Lord, but they are taking down this tower. They are fighting. Here comes Esmeralda with the ultimate, trying to push them back as they can clear this Lord. Templars able to get the finishing blow onto that Lord and stop the push from EXN, but we see this Hylos popping some recalls, showing them, you cannot hurt me. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep vision. All you guys can do is sit in your base and try to defend. And that's what AE is doing as the EXN slowly eats away at their jungle, eats away at their money. What can AE do to respond? It looks like they're coming out. AE Riles trying to do something here, clear some waves, but EXN doesn't want to give the pressure. This could be bad for Natan, though, but down goes Riles. Down goes Riles. Natan doing some nice plays. Templars doing some damage onto that Lilia, but not able to finish it off. Look at the flicker from that Natan, just getting away. Oh my god, the plays from this Natan right now, able to get in and out. Templars getting caught off up in this top lane and taken out by Natan. Natan just showing off right now. I mean, doing insane damage onto A. Riles. What an insane engage. Gonna capture this gold crab. You know, at first we saw YSS doing some heavy plays in the early game, but now that Natan is scaled, I mean, he's just starting to take the spotlight, Ebor.
Oh yeah, he has his 3 items. So he has his 3 main items. He has Hunter Strike, Endless Battle, and Maleficent Roar. those 3 items right there, he's already a fast hero that scales, right? Now look at him. Look how fast he's moving. I'm barely keeping up with him as he's rotating around the map. He's able to get around, and his ult's gonna come back every 15 seconds. So he's gonna scale. He's the ultimate late game hero this meta, and with YSS, and they have 2 late game heroes that just gonna dominate right now, I believe.
Yeah, I think, you know, we're starting to see another engage. Temple's trying to do something, but he's just not able to do anything to that Hylos. Hylos just tanking around, doing constant damage. A nice ult, though, from Newick against the whole team. I don't know, he ulted them all on the wall, but it's just not able to do the damage right now.
I know, he ulted them, but his team was just not around.
Follow up.
Nobody came to clean up those kills. That was a beautiful ult by Kufra. Had 3 knocks stunned into the wall. And the whole team just, I don't think they were on the same page there.
I think the problem is right now from AE is they just lack the overall damage. Yes, they have Templus, they have Riles, but right now Riles is looking at, I mean, this Lancelot Riles is looking at 5 and 4. He hasn't been able to get the farm he needs to. He hasn't been able to scale. Well, on the other hand, you have 2 marksmen on the side of EXN. You have this YSS and you have this Natan, like you were saying earlier. And when you have a marksman on your team, normally you're playing for the mid to late game. To whereas a Riles with the assassin just not able to do the damage now that we're at this late game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're pretty much late game here. They're pretty much almost all built, so kind of gold lead's not so important right now. They may have maybe 1 or 2 items ahead of them, but it's not a bit of a difference. Everybody has their core items. Really, it's going to come down to defensive items now. As you see, everybody's building defense items now. God. And they were able to get the Lord easily, and they're just recalling, and they're gonna wait for this Lord push. They're gonna take all their jungle, and this might be the last clash.
I think this may be the last clash. You may be right. Templa's trying to put up a fight, but he's just not able to. YSS taking out Paquito quickly. This Hylos just keeping vision, taunting, and there's nothing that AE can do about it. They are down 1 man. They're down the Ruby, but Lord is clashing down on this bottom lane. Can EXN finish it off? They take the mid inhibitor tower. They are pushing in. Damage is coming out. There is nothing AE can do. Lord is on the base as they go down. Newick, the Kufra getting taken out, but some damage gets returned. Lord is taken down. We start to see some members of EXN go down. Down goes that
Oh, Riles was out of position there.
Riles definitely out of position. All it takes is 1 hit, and
yes,
EXN able to finish it off and take game 1.
Man, that was an amazing match, honestly. Obviously AE made some key mistakes. You can tell